Hello all. Let us study electronic subject logically. Now why logically? Because as we are studying the electronic subject theoretically, it will be so much easier if you do all those things practically, and if we verify all those circuits by using any such type of softwares. So this software is called as simulation software. You can use any simulation software which is available on the internet. Okay, so you can see the third row is available there. All the components are available in that third row. You can pick all components whatever required and place on this workspace. Now whatever this white colored space is there, that is called as workspace, where we are actually working. Okay, let us study one by one. So see on the third row, one of the third component you are able to see here, that is called as battery. It is actually DC source. Let us click on that. Just click on that and click on the workspace. That component will be placed on the workspace. Now its label is V1, means its name is V1, and it is having 5 volt DC voltage. Now if I want to change its voltage, you can just double click on that. You can see first is label, means you can change its label, you can change its name. Like suppose I want to give it name as DC voltage. Then next, if you want to change the voltage value, you can change from it. Suppose I want to keep it at 17 volt. Okay, then you can click on OK. You can check here, the label is changed to DC voltage and its value is changed to 17 volt. Suppose I want to connect one resistor or load across that DC voltage. So let us pick that resistor from the component list. You can see the resistor is available here. Just click on that and place on the workspace. Okay, now I want to connect it in the vertical way, as if we are drawing in the theory lectures. In the same way we will place it. Okay, so just right click on that, click on rotate left or rotate right, it will be rotated. You place here and you take your pointer near your DC voltage, one of the terminal of the DC voltage. The symbol will come for doing the connection. So you can just drag it by clicking your mouse. You drag it as if you are drawing by the pen, because we want to connect positive terminal of the battery with one of the terminal of resistor. In the same way, let us connect negative terminal of the battery to another leg of the resistor. So again you do as if we are drawing the actual wire there. Okay, so once again you can see R1, that is resistor 1, its by default value is 1 kilo ohm. You can change its value again by double clicking on it. Suppose I want to make its value 15 ohm. So just only you type 500, not 15, I want it 500 ohm. So just type there whatever value you want. Resistance is already given in ohm, so not necessary to write down unit there. But if you want to put the value of in terms of K or mega, you can just have to place the symbol of K or M. I want now 500 ohms. Click on OK. You can see R1's value is changed to 500 ohms. Okay. Now let us check how much is the voltage available across that 500 ohm. Okay. So for that purpose, we have to place one voltmeter which will read the voltage. So once again check the component list and see voltmeter is available here. You just click on that, come in the workspace, click here. The voltmeter is placed here. Now I want to connect that voltmeter which will measure the voltage available across the resistor. Okay. Now remember that always voltmeter should be connected in parallel with that component. Okay. So let us connect this voltmeter across the resistor means parallel to the resistor. So one terminal of the voltmeter to one of the leg of the resistor, another terminal to another leg of the resistor. This is called as parallel connection or across the resistor. Now I want to measure the voltage across the resistor. Now next step, yes, this is now completion of my circuit diagram I have drawn. Now let us see how much will be the voltage. So for that purpose you need to run this simulation. So then move towards analysis, click on DC analysis and click on calculate nodal voltages. You can see here 17 volt is displayed on the voltmeter. Means what? The resistance available, voltage available across the resistance 500 ohm is how much? 17 volt. Okay. Now I want to measure current flowing through the resistor. Okay. So for measuring the current, ammeter is required or ampere meter or current meter is required. Okay. So that current meter will be, or it should be always connected in series with that resistor, not across. In series means I have to remove this wire and we have to insert the ammeter in between DC voltage and R1. Okay. So let us see where it is available. Yeah, this is ampere meter. Just click over here, put it in the series. In the series means what? Current should flow through that ammeter. Positive terminal to the ampere meter and ampere meter to the resistor. So you can see now the ammeter is connected in series or it is connected in between the circuit. Okay. And voltage, you want to measure the voltage, it should be across the resistor. And once again move towards analysis, DC analysis, calculate nodal voltages. You can see the reading of the ampere meter is 34 milliampere and reading of the voltmeter is 17 volt. Means what? The current flowing through this resistor is 34 milliampere and voltage available across the resistor is 17 volt. Now you take the readings of these three things, okay, and let us verify Ohm's law. What is Ohm's law? According to the Ohm's law, current is directly proportional to voltage. Okay, current is directly proportional to voltage. Means what? If voltage is increased, current is increased. If voltage is decreased, current is decreased. That is in direct proportion, and that needs to be verified now. That we are going to verify. Okay. Now I don't want this voltmeter. I don't want to measure the voltage across the resistor. Now for the Ohm's law, we only want voltage source value and how much will be current flowing through this circuit. Okay. So you can take down the readings as, let me insert the text box. Okay, so let us note down these readings. So make the observation table like this. You give the title of this table as observation table. So note down the source voltage is 17 volts. Current is, we have obtained is 34 milliampere and resistance value we have put is 500 ohms. Okay. Now what we will do to verify the Ohm's law, we will keep the resistance value fixed and let us go on varying source voltage. Okay. So let me increase the value of the source voltage. Instead of 17, let me take it as 25 volt. Okay. go towards analysis, DC analysis, calculate nodal voltages. You can see now the ampere meter is showing the value of 50 milliampere, means let us note down these readings in the observation table. DC voltage is 25, current is 50 milliampere. DC voltage is 25 volts, and how much current we have obtained in this case? 50 milliampere. Resistance value we have not changed. Let us take one more reading after increasing the value. Instead of 25, I have to increase the value. Let us keep at 50. Okay, let us run it. Move towards analysis, DC analysis, calculate nodal voltages. You can check. DC voltage is 50 volt. At that time, current flowing through the circuit is 100 milliampere. Let us note down these readings. 50 volts, current we have obtained is 100 milliampere, and the resistance value is fixed, 500 ohm. So what is your conclusion by looking to this observation table? Okay, the conclusion is what? See, what we are changing? We are changing this source voltage. We have increased the source voltage, and see what about the current. We have obtained increased current value, means what? If there is increase in voltage, current value is going on increasing. Okay, let us take one more example. When I decrease the source voltage, what will happen? Let us check that. Let us take its value. Initially it was 17. Let me take it as 10 volt. Okay, we have changed the source voltage value. Let us run it. Now check, the DC voltage is 10 volt, current flowing is 20 milliampere. Let us note it down. For 10 volts voltage, current obtained is 10 milliampere. So now you can obtain your conclusion. When there is a decrease in source voltage, current flowing through that circuit is decreased. Means what we can say? Voltage applied is directly proportional to, is it correct? Voltage is directly proportional to current, is it correct? There is a confusion in between this sentence. Always so many people get confused in voltage is directly proportional to current or whether current is directly proportional to voltage. So remember that this sentence is wrong. So remember which statement is correct? Current is, sorry for the spelling mistake, current is directly proportional to voltage. Remember, voltage is a parent and current is the child. So current is directly proportional to voltage. That we have verified from the above observation table, that is by performing that experiment, and this is nothing but this is called as Ohm's law. Okay.